Let's start with the visiting team, the 8th seeded. I'm getting these all mixed up. Exeter Eagles. The first thing they want to do is keep this game as close as can be because Exeter has found ways to win close games. They've won 2 overtime games so far in the district tournament. They want to make threes. They're averaging over about 6.5 3-pointers a game, and they want to get Brady Murray back on track. Brady Murray did not score a field goal or a three-pointer for the first time this season against York Suburban in the semifinals. He needs to hit some threes tonight for Exeter. The third key, once we were young, Aiden Dobble and Jaden Ware had big moments in the fourth quarter of that district semifinal 2 years ago against Hershey. Dobble had 4 points and a big steal. Jaden Ware was 1 for 2 from the line, played terrific defense. They've got to come up big today for the Eagles. For Hershey, rebound the basketball. They've got a size advantage over the Eagles. They've got to control the glass. The second thing is they want to push the pace. They're averaging almost 64 points a game. Hershey wants to make this game a track race. The third thing is they want to defend the three-point line. Exeter relies on those three-point shots to succeed. That's going to be critical for the Trojans.
As the lineups are about to be introduced in Hershey, we'll do the same. Ours are brought to you by Victor Emmanuel Beneficial Society. They've been serving authentic homemade Italian dishes for over 100 years. New memberships are now being accepted for only $10. The facility at 311 Hazel Street in Reading is also available for rental for private parties, banquets, and celebrations. Victor Emmanuel, a taste of Italy right here in Reading. For the Hershey Trojans, coached by Paul Blackburn. He's in his 15th season at Hershey, was also a coach at Lebanon High School as well. In his combined time as a head coach, he celebrated his 400th victory a little while ago, over 400 victories in his time as a head coach. And he is a really good X's and O's coach. And the starting lineup for the Trojans will be 5'10 senior Aiden Miller, along with 6'3 junior Cameron Sweeney. Roman Panko, a 6'5 senior, along with James Campbell, a 6'6 senior at the other forward. And then the other guard is Drew Grana, a 6'2 sophomore. For Jeff Van Gorder, now in his second season with the Eagles, he's 34 and 21 in his time with Exeter, including 15 and 11 this season. And the Eagles have Aiden Daubel, a 6'2 junior at one forward, with Braylon Reinert, a 6'3 sophomore at the other. Jaden Ware, 6'1 junior. Carter Redding is their point guard, a 6-foot senior. And Brady Murray, a 6'2 senior. That's the starters for the Eagles. Our spotlight brought to you by Bachman Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling. Whether your needs are residential or commercial, Bachman's makes the home improvement process easy. The Bachman family has proudly served the Berks County community for over 50 years. Tonight, we turn the spotlight on Brady Murray. Rich mentioned him a moment ago. If Brady Murray has it rolling from beyond the arc, the Exeter Eagles are a completely different team. They are good, whether he's making threes or not. But when he's making threes, he is a difference maker. 13.4 a game, but he has 73 threes on the season. He had 5 of them in the win over Spring Grove that we had for you last week in the quarterfinal. When Exeter won it 58-50, they beat York Suburban in overtime. As Rich said, he struggled in that one. And as a result of that, the Eagles had to go to overtime to beat York Suburban 56-52. It is Exeter. It is Hershey. The winner moves on as the champion in the state playoffs. They will take on Penn Trafford, who finished at the 8th spot in District 7. And the loser in this game will take on Latrobe out of District 7 as well. They had the 6th spot. So whichever team wins is going to take on a District 7 team, and they'll do so on their home floor. But they are not thinking about next Friday in the first round of the PWI playoffs. They are thinking about winning themselves District Gold. We'll have it for you when we come back to Hershey after this.
Judd Firestone Plumbing is your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, our team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams, we handle it all with professionalism and care. Call today at 610-678-9080. Judd Firestone Plumbing, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away, Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
WECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, WECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for WECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. WECU, banking that understands home.
Hey, Exeter, are you moving this year? Call the tenacious real estate grandma Ingrid at Iron Horse Realty, 610-334-7305 to plan a winning strategy to get moving. That's Ingrid at Iron Horse, 610-334-7305. Go Eagles for the win. We're about to get it started. Eagles and Trojans. The ball is in the air. The ball is controlled off the jump by the Exeter Eagles in their visiting black with the blue and white trim against the Hershey Trojans in the white uniforms. Kick out for Jaden Ware. Thought about the 3, decides not to. Kicks it back for Carter Ratting. He'll drive. Floater, no. And rebounded by Roman Panko. And Hershey want to push it up the floor. Cameron Sweeney, Euro step, finish for 2.
Yeah, we talked about that in the pregame. Hershey loves to push the ball up the floor. Bob, this is the District 3 championship game, and it's at the Giant Center, but this is a home game for the Hershey Trojans. They've got a terrific turnout. Exeter does too, but this is literally in Hershey's backyard.
Aiden Gobble tried to put the brakes on and reverse his pivot, but he traveled in the process. You pretty much, if you're driving up 322 headed to Hershey, you're going right past the high school. By the way, it is a beautiful complex at Hershey High School, a beautiful athletic complex, and Paul Blackburn has found himself a happy home there, again in his 15th season. As Aiden Miller has it on around the outside for the
Exeter in his zone to begin the game.
Campbell fakes the 3, tries to go baseline. Ware is there, absorbs the contact, and Campbell lost it out of bounds. Hershey will turn it right back.
Ware held his ground near the basket, and Campbell lost control of the ball.
So we're a minute in, 2-0. Hershey on top. Exeter has it back with Reinert coming all the way from the basket. Gives it back for Ware. Right back for the screen and roll. Reinert juggled it. Kicks it out, Redding for 3, buried it.
Great control by Reiner to find Redding for the 3.
Carter Redding with the 25th 3 of the season. Eagles lead it for the first time at 3-2. Miller thought about the 3. Instead, it will be fired up by Grana. That's no good. Campbell tries to save it through the hands of Miller and into the hands of Jaden Ware. Down the floor, poked out of bounds. It'll stay Exeter basketball.
This is a York Adams officiating crew. We haven't seen one yet. This is the first time that all the District 3 games that we've done, it's a veteran crew. I recognize 2 of the 3 gentlemen.
Ware inbounds for Reiner, trying to get by Panko, blocked by Panko, controlled by the Trojans, and back the other way comes Hershey. Miller with his head on a swivel, gets the backdoor cut for Sweeney, dribbled it off his own foot, and now a foul scrambling for the ball. Cameron Sweeney tried for that Euro step move that got him the first bucket.
Sweeney, yes it is.
But he dribbled it off his foot and then trying to get it back, commits the foul. First foul of the game against Hershey.
I know you remember, but that district semifinal 2 years ago in Rifton was physical. And Exeter was down by 8 or 9 points in the second half and came back to win that game.
Ware thought about the 3, but he left his feet, tried to put it back on the floor. Not going to happen. It was a 50-46 final score in that ball game that the Eagles won. I just get the feeling that this one will be a little bit higher scoring.
Yeah, especially the way the Trojans push the ball up the floor.
After the Exeter turnover, Hershey has it back down 3-2. Sweeney for the corner 3, no. Redding tried to grow the rebound, but all he could do is tip it away from Roman Panko. Panko and Campbell give them a lot of size inside. Panko at 6'5", Campbell at 6'6", and the athleticism of Sweeney to go along with it. Inbounds for Campbell and back for Miller. Open for three in the corner. No. Cameron Sweeney flies in and taps it back in for the Trojans.
He was not boxed out, and he gets the follow.
Cameron Sweeney with all four for the Trojans, who now are back up on top 4-3. Dauble for Murray and around for Reddick, along with Ware and Reiner at the starting five. Here's Dauble, catch and shoot three. Tough shot, back rim, right back to Carter Reddick. Kick out, Ware, corner three, yes! Jaden Ware with a second three for the Eagles, who are back on top 6-4. And now nobody there.
And we have a turnover.
Nope.
We didn't, I guess, stepped over the line.
Nobody was there. He didn't have anybody to throw it to, and eventually turned it over.
That was Aiden Miller. The point guard was trying to inbound, and I guess
Everybody left,
and he stepped over the line.
I know how he feels. 6-4. Exeter on top. Inbounds for Brady Murray. Kick it back for Dauble. 5:19 to go. Exeter has it back after the Ware three. He's got it left elbow for two. Yes!
Jaden Ware, back-to-back baskets again. As a freshman, came up big in the fourth quarter in that district semifinal win over Hershey.
Ware known more for his defense than his offense at 8.6 points per game. He's got five already. Five of the Eagles, 8. They're on top 8-4. High post for Panko. Back to Miller. Fakes the three. Drives right into the teeth of the defense. Around for Grana. For now for Panko. Going up against Reiner. Tied him up. Ball is loose. Redding takes it away. Tied up by Grana.
Going to stay there.
Possession arrow favors the Hershey Trojans. They'll keep it. Both teams very aggressive and physical early on, just like Rich said it was 2 years ago between these two programs.
Totally different casts on both teams, except for Cam Sweeney and Aiden Dauble and Brady Ware.
Campbell tried to throw it across the paint. It was deflected. He ends up getting it back. Back up with a shot, no good, but he's fouled. So James Campbell now will shoot two for the...
It's going to be on Reiner.
Right, for Hershey, as Reiner, as Rich said, picks up the foul. First foul against the Eagles, putting James Campbell at the free throw line to shoot two.
Bob, the winner of this game will be at home and will play the number 8 team from District 7, and that is Penn Trafford. The loser of this game, again, will be home both next Friday and will play the number 6 seed from District 7, which is Latrobe.
James Campbell at the free throw line makes the first, misses the second. So it's an 8-5 game in favor of the Eagles after Campbell's 1 for 2. Campbell's their second leading scorer behind Sweeney. Sweeney at 19.8, Campbell at 12.3. Exeter, long pass, tipped away by Panko, but it's going to be tipped out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like they were either in a trap or a zone. I didn't get a chance to see once the ball was set up top, but they were definitely trapping the basketball.
4:20 left to go in the first. 8-5 our score. Redding off the high screen from Reiner. Kick it out for Ware, looking for more, but he misses it. Rebound battled for and ultimately run down by Roman Panko and Hershey.
Panko already making his presence felt off the glass.
Halfway through the first, 8-5 Exeter on top. Up top is the point guard Miller. Left wing is Sweeney. He goes that way. Sweeney from the corner gets a step on Ware. Floater for two, no. Rebounded by Panko, blocked by Dauble. Back in the hands of Panko, back up with it and home. Roman Panko making his presence known on the offensive glass, pulls the Trojans to within 1, 8-7 Exeter.
He's a 6'5 senior who's averaging just a shade over 6 points a game. So far, he's been active.
Back door for Carter Redding through traffic, missed it, tipped it, controlled by Campbell. Hershey has it back with a chance to regain the lead. Campbell left alone for three. No. Campbell flies in and pulls down the rebound. Another one for Hershey. Kick right back. Miller thought about doing it again. Foul line blocked by Redding. Controlled by Brady Murray. Still 8-7 Exeter on top, and Brady Murray hasn't touched the ball on offense. Kick out. Dauble's alone for three. That's no good. Battle for the rebound. Ware comes up with it and lays it in.
Great reaction by Jaden Ware off the double miss.
Reiner and Panko were fighting for it. It poked loose and bounced right to the breadbasket of Jaden Ware, who laid it in. He's got 7 of Exeter's 10.
Bob, I'm really surprised Miller's taken already 3 shots. He's only averaging about 4.5 points a game.
Sweeney from the corner for three. That's no good. Reiner pulls down the rebound for Exeter. 10-7 Eagles, 2:30 left to go in the first. Berks County's going for their version of the three-peat. If Exeter can win it. Here's Murray's first look. And now right elbow jumper, no. Reinert offensive rebound, put back, no. Deflected by Ware, tipped out of bounds off of Campbell thanks to Jaden Ware's hustle.
Jaden Ware is all over the place so far for the Eagles.
Dylan Donati's going to check in for Exeter. He was part of the hero job in the win over York Suburban, coming off the bench with 15 points. He will come in, and also into the game comes Mason Goodhart, as Redding and Reinert will come out. For Hershey, into the game comes Jaden Waynes, a 6'3 senior. Dauble backs down Sweeney, trying to get him up in the air. Kicks it back for Donati instead, and right back to Dauble. 2:05 left in the first. Corner is Fisher. Excuse me, is Goodhart.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Goodhart in the games that we've had.
Now, we saw a lot of Michael Fisher for his defense in the Spring Grove game. Here's Ware in the corner. Drives, dumps it off inside for Goodhart. Back to Donati in the corner for three. Short. Rebounded by Sweeney. 1:45 in the first. 10-7. Open three for Hershey's Grant Later. No good. Rebounded by Brady Murray. Dylan Donati in the open floor. Back for Murray. Long three. Short. Long rebound back to Jaden Ware. That's off their back iron. Deflected out of bounds off of Dauble. Hershey basketball.
Exeter's getting its shots. They just haven't been able to find the range.
Another substitution for Hershey. Jack Zakovich, 6-foot junior, will check into the game. And Campbell will come out. So a much smaller lineup out there. Panko at 6'5" still stays out there. But other than Sweeney at 6'3" and Wayans at 6'3", a smaller lineup. Sweeney with the ball in his hands, kicks it around to the right side for Later. And then gets it back for Sweeney.
Hershey averaging just a shade over 5 3-pointers a game. The left corner has seemed to be open for threes against this Exeter zone.
Wayans will shoot from the right corner, misses. Long rebound, Murray has it on the run out. From behind comes Sweeney. Sweeney tried to save it, but stepped on the end line. It'll stay Exeter basketball. Sweeney was coming from behind, and Murray did not have the eyes on the rearview mirror. And as a result of that, Sweeney almost came up with a steal, but Exeter will keep it with 51.8 left in period number one. Inbounds from Murray, fakes the three, drives, dumps it off. Goodhart blocked and fouled. He'll shoot two.
Nice look by Brady Murray off the drive.
Mason Goodhart to the free throw line for Exeter. Just a 48% free throw shooter on the season. Fouls on Panko. His first, Hershey's second. Mason Goodhart, 6'2 junior, shooting two, misses the first. Carter Redding back to the scorer's table for the Eagles. Will come in and give Murray a breather. Goodhart makes the second. So 1 out of 2 at the free throw line makes it an 11-7 Eagle lead. 45 left in the first.
This is a high-scoring game compared to the first one we had.
If you missed it, Wyomissing won it. The final score is 26-24 with an offensive explosion in the second half. Just leave it at that. Wayans, top of the key three. That also no good. Rebounded by Later. Hershey gets another look. Panko went back to Later with 20 seconds left to go.
They might be playing for one here.
Zakovich tried to feed it inside. Deflected. Panko picked it up.
That's a turnover.
Possession arrow will give it to Exeter with 16.6 left to go in the first quarter.
Hershey coach Paul Blackburn was yelling to pull it out, and it was too late. Their entry pass had already been made, and Exeter got the turnover on the tie-up.
Jeff Van Gorder will get Brady Murray back on the floor for this final 16 seconds of the first quarter with the Eagles on top 11-7. Murray has it now in front of the Hershey bench. Off this double screen. Gets it back to one of the screeners in Dauble with 6. Dauble, pull-up jumper for the foul line. Back iron, no. And that will end the first quarter as the Exeter Eagles have the lead after one. Exeter 11, Hershey 7. Back to Hershey after this. High school basketball presented by Savage Auto Group is live on WEEU in Reading.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
Welcome back to Hershey alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. Before we get into the second quarter, I just want to take a timeout to thank John and Christine Treese, the Treese Media Group, for what we've had the opportunity to do over not only obviously over the course of the season, but this week in particular with the video coverage that we have been able to provide. It isn't easy to do, and it costs prohibitive to say the least. But they have stepped up, said, look, we committed to doing this, and we are going to continue to do this through the district championships and bringing you not one, not two, but 3 district championships in our video coverage. Hope you're enjoying it, and so far so good. With Berks Catholic winning yesterday, Wyomissing winning earlier, and Exeter leading as we start the third, 11-7.
We also want to thank all the fans who have checked out our YouTube feed.
Here's a corner 3 from Drew Grana, his 31st of the season as Hershey's tried a bunch from beyond the arc. Grana finally gets one to go.
That spot's been open against Exeter's zone, that spot in the left corner.
Inside for Reinert. This turns out to be an easy 2.
Pretty pass by Brady Murray to the sophomore.
13-10 as a result from Reinert's first 2. Braylon Reinert has really become an excellent force for Exeter as this season has gone on. In there predominantly for his size and his bulk, but he's added offense. Grana will try the other corner, come up no good, and the rebound is ultimately corralled by Aiden Dauble and Exeter, who leads it 13-10 a minute into the second quarter. Dylan Donati drives, turns over, Dauble deflected it, picked up. Hershey has it back. Zakovich up ahead for Sweeney. That's a layup. Officials timeout right now.
Officials timeout.
Not quite sure what he saw, what he didn't like, but the official blew the whistle, called a timeout. I have no idea. Cam Sweeney got the bucket on the deflection and the run out after the Exeter timeout. So Cam Sweeney gets his third field goal, makes it a 13-12 game.
Bob, it could have been the possession arrow that he has to change. I didn't see it.
You might be right.
He went to the table and just said something to the table. So that's what I'm thinking.
13-12 is our score now with the bucket by Sweeney. Ware for the baseline. The defense broke down, and Ware breaks them down.
Jaden Ware off to a tremendous start. He's got 9.
9 of Exeter's 15. The Eagles on top by 3. 15-12 Exeter. 6:25 to go in the first half. Aiden Miller from the top for Sweeney. Going to launch a 3 at it.
Yeah, he's got the range. Again, he's been in double figures every game for Hershey except 3. Had a season-high 34 against Milton Hershey in the regular season.
First tie, the ball game comes at 15 apiece on the 34th 3 of the season for Cam Sweeney. Here's Reinert on the post-up trap. Gives it up for Donati. Donati drives, spins, kicks it back for Murray. Murray hasn't scored. Dauble hasn't scored. The Eagles are tied at 15. Reinert goes baseline. He's bumped and fouled by James Campbell.
And again, good sign for Exeter because you know Dauble is going to get on the board. He always comes on strong, the games that we've had anyway. Doesn't score much early, but he's very effective as the game goes on.
He's also the model of consistency.
Sure
Aiden Dauble gets 15, 18 points, it seems like, every night. And that's exactly what he averages at 16.4. He was one of the top 10 scorers in the county. He had 22 in the first-round win over Middletown. Here's Murray for Dauble. Turnaround jumper at the foul line, no good. Reinert with a rebound, put back, no. Tipped up in the air, and Zakovich comes down with it for Hershey. 5:35 to go. Hershey with a ball and a chance to take the lead. Miller, great feed inside for Sweeney and 2.
Yeah, Sweeney's their go-to guy. He's averaging almost 20 points a game. They want to get it to him as often as they can.
Great find by Aiden Miller. And the Hershey lead puts it, the 4th lead change puts the Trojans back up on top. Murray trying to change that. Turnaround in the paint, no. Tipped up in the air, rebounded by Drew Grana. Miller in the open floor for Hershey. Kicks it back for Grana.
Grana doing a really good job against Murray, not giving him an inch.
He has it now on the left wing. Redding closes out on him. Inside of 5 minutes to go in the half. 17-15, Hershey on top. They've got the ball. Zakovich, the right elbow for Campbell. Turns, trying to get his man up in the air. Misses it. Dauble was the defender. He's got the rebound. Up ahead for Carter Redding. Long pass, too tall, and they turn it over. Over the head of Brady Murray. Too much mustard from Carter Redding.
Right idea, just a little too strong in the pass. Murray was in the right corner. Might have had an open look at a three.
Hershey gets it right back after the fourth turnover for the Eagles. With 4:35 now left to go in the first half. Cam Sweeney, James Campbell, Drew Grana, Jack Zakovich, and Aiden Miller, the five out there for the Trojans. Campbell from the left wing for Miller at the high post, right into the teeth of the defense. He's tied up. Exeter will get it. As a result, turnover number 5 for the Trojans. Aiden Miller turned right into the teeth of the defense with 3 Eagles around him. Aiden Dauble, Carter Redding, Jaden Ware, Braylon Reinert, Brady Murray. Jeff Van Gorder starting 5 on the floor right now for Exeter. Ware off the screen from Reiner will pull up for 3. That's well off the mark. Rebounded by Sweeney. Quickly up ahead for Campbell. Pass behind him and turned it right back.
Hershey, a little sloppy with the basketball so far.
Here's Carter Redding with a drive inside, offensive foul as Campbell just absorbed the charge going the other way.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. Campbell was there waiting for Redding to plow into him, and he did.
Jaden Ware will take a breather. Dylan Donati back in for Exeter, who's down by 2. 17-15 is our score. Now, Hershey will call a timeout. We'll take one with the Trojans just inside the halfway mark of the second quarter. Hershey on top, 17-15 when we get back after this.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Halfway through quarter number 2. Hey, Exeter, are you moving this year? Call the tenacious real estate grandma Ingrid at Einhorst Realty, 610-334-7305 to plan a winning strategy to get moving. That's Ingrid at Ironhorse, 610-334-7305. Go Eagles for the win. Right trail right now, 17-15. Following the Hershey timeout, Trojans have the basketball. Looking inside of the baseline for Campbell. To Zakovich, right back to Campbell. Gets Reinert out of his way and finishes for 2.
Yeah, Reinert fell asleep. Campbell threw the ball into the lane and then cut to the basket. Reiner was caught napping.
Largest lead of the game for the Trojans at 19-15. Dangerous pass in traffic. Exeter will turn it over again. Campbell back the other way from one end to the other. Misses. Sweeney's there to clean it up for 2 more.
Sweeney is such a good player. Man, oh man.
9 in the quarter, 13 for Cam Sweeney. The lead is 6 for Hershey. 21-15, Trojans on top.
Exeter's got to be a little more careful with the basketball.
Kick it back for the screener, and Aiden Dauble still can't find the range. Hershey gets it back, 1 and done for the Eagles. To the corner for Campbell for 3, no. Rebounded by Zakovich, trying to get Murray up in the air. Reinert came from behind and took it away from him. Donati, ball up the floor from one end to the other, stripped out of bounds, and it was off of Hershey. Exeter will keep it.
Yeah, Hershey fans thought it was off Donati. I honestly was blocked. I couldn't see.
2:45 to go. Donati will be the inbounder for Reinert. Right back to the inbounder. Donati fakes the 3, drives off the rim, no. Rebounded by Campbell. And a foul by Donati in frustration trying to get it back. Dylan Donati picks up the foul. It's his first, Exeter's second.
Campbell's a really good rim protector. He's done a really good job with his interior defense.
Exeter gives up just 50, Hershey gives up just 50 points a game, and they are starting to, I just sense a little bit of frustration right now on the offensive side for Exeter. They had shots. You mentioned this. They have had shots, but Murray and Dauble still scoreless.
Yeah, they've got to be patient. They're only down 6 here. They just can't let Hershey go on a run here in the last 2.5 minutes of the half.
21-15 our score. Sweeney gives it up for Zakovich. Up and under and home. Jack Zakovich with his first field goal. It's now an 8-point lead at 22-15 for Hershey.
Exeter with just 4 points here in the second quarter.
This is an 11-0 run for the Trojans, and now a turnover for Exeter on the other end.
Must have been off Dauble. I think it was.
Lost the handle on it.
Yeah, somebody knocked it away, and it must have gone off him.
23-15, Hershey on top. Again, an 11-0 run right now for Hershey, and they've got the ball back.
These middle 4 minutes of the game, the last 2 minutes of the half, in the first 2 minutes of the half, these are critical. Exeter's can't let Hershey get away from them.
Grana again for 3 in the corner. No, good box out by Carter Redding. Exeter has it back. Up ahead for Donati. Too far. Tried to save it and turn it over. Euro step and a finish. Timeout Exeter. 25-15. The run continues for the Hershey Trojans. And Jeff Van Gorder desperately needed a timeout. We'll take one with the Eagles with 1:36 to go. The Hershey Trojans 25, the Exeter Eagles 15. Back to Hershey after this.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
Sure Stay Plus by Best Western offers a welcoming, comfortable stay for the business or leisure traveler, providing clean and cozy rooms at a reasonable price. Conveniently located at the intersection of Route 12 and North 5th Street in Reading, Sure Stay Plus provides a fresh, hot breakfast buffet, all-day coffee, free fast Wi-Fi, HD TV, fridge and microwave, and much more. Plus, business travelers have access to services such as copying and a meeting space. Call 610-371-0500 to book your stay or visit bestwestern.com.
Exeter Eagles call the timeout as the lead for Hershey reaches 10 with now 1:35 left to go in the half. 25-15. Exeter has the basketball and desperately in need of a bucket. Carter Redding drives, can't finish. Tipped and controlled by Jack Zakovich, and Hershey has it right back. Aiden Miller pushes up the floor, back to the trailer and Zakovich, and for Sweeney, trying to get around Jaden Ware. To the baseline is Zakovich. Looking for some help at the top is Miller.
Bob, 6 turnovers this quarter for Exeter. That is not going to get it done.
Panko with a great drop step move and add 2 more for the Trojans.
The combination of Sweeney and Hershey's inside. Here's another turnover.
Aiden Miller with a steal. Miller looks it back. He finds Sweeney, who dropped the basketball and turns it over. Sweeney may have been thinking about how he might want to dunk that and turned it over. Took his eye off it for just a moment, and a turnover for Hershey gives it right back to Exeter.
But 7 turnovers this quarter for Exeter, 9 in the game. But I was going to say Sweeney and Hershey's size inside. It's not a good matchup for the Eagles.
Here's Jaden Ware with a drive floater for 2. That is off the back iron, and another one and done. Miller quickly across half court for Hershey, this time with his eyes behind him, gives it back for Sweeney. Drive and a kick for Zakovich. Puts it on the floor, is taken away by Ware. Jaden Ware up ahead for Murray. Murray going to pull up transition for 3. No. Tipped out of bounds off of Miller. It's still Exeter basketball.
I don't blame Murray on that. It was the first time they had an open look from behind the three-point line. Let it fly just off.
Braylon Reiner will check back in. Carter Redding out. Jack Zakovich also comes out now for Hershey. And the ball inbounded. Donati hit the back of Reiner's head. It comes back to them. They kick it out for Jaden Ware, who flies to the basket and gets a foul called. Roman Penko gets called for the block. It's his second foul.
Jaden Ware is the one Exeter player who is playing very well offensively. Everybody else seems to be a little out of sync.
Again, Murray and Dauble, who have combined for 30 points a game for Exeter, scoreless to this point, and the Eagles have just 15 points, and Ware at the free throw line misses the first of two. Paul Blackburn, who was part of that great Carlisle dynasty back in the mid-'80s. He was a senior when in the middle of those four, and if Ware misses both of them, and then they had to get the offensive rebound, but it's taken away by Grana. Another turnover for Exeter.
Well, Hershey's going to play for one there, so Exeter's going to have an uphill climb an uphill climb in the second half.
Jaden Ware in the reach-in commits a foul, stops the clock with 9.4 left to go in the first half. Hershey trying to finish this first half off on a great run. They've already scored 15 in a row and looking to hold for one. I think they're going to check the clock again here at the scores table. Sure. 9.4 is on the clock.
Oh, the back clock on the ribbon board has 7. Okay, that's
they just changed it to 7. It was 9.4. They just took it to 7. Here's Sweeney around for Grana with 3. Off balance, just throws it at the rim, comes up short, and that will end the first half. But a great second quarter for the Hershey Trojans, and at halftime, they lead in this District 3 boys 5A championship game. The score, Hershey 27, Exeter 15. Back with our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show right after this. You're listening to high school basketball presented by Savage Auto Group live on 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Door. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all, from residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Today's halftime show brought to you by Lincoln Plumbing and Heating. When you need a plumber, get a good one. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Lincoln Plumbing has the experience to help from a leaky faucet to a whole bathroom remodel. Call 610-376-0863 for Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, as honest as their name. Alongside Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. The Hershey Trojans on top of the Exeter Eagles at the break, 27-15. Solid start for Exeter, thanks in large part to Jaden Ware. He was the spark plug they needed, including hitting a 3 in the first quarter. He had 7 of the Eagles' 10 first quarter points. Exeter led at 10-7 after 1. Different story in quarter number 2. Exeter got sloppy with the basketball, was not able to make shots, and Hershey executed. Whether it was in their half-court game or whether it was in the transition game, Hershey got it done. They outscore Exeter 20-5 in the second quarter and a lot to
20
work
to
on.
4.
20-4 in the second quarter. Thank you. And a lot to work on for the Eagles at halftime.
Well, the first thing they've got to do is keep their poise. They can't panic. They've got to just try to chip away at this 12-point deficit. They've been behind before, but the point is the sloppiness in the second quarter, the fact that Brady Murray and Aiden Dobble have yet to score, and that Exeter does not match up well with Cam Sweeney and the Trojans' size inside. They're just it's just not a good matchup for Exeter. It reminds me of the 6A semifinal we had Tuesday night, Governor Mifflin at Central Dauphin. Governor Mifflin, obviously, they won the third place game down at Chambersburg. Terrific win. They're a really good team. They didn't match up well with Central Dauphin. Wayne Fletcher, they had no answer for Wayne Fletcher, and they had no answer for Central Dauphin's size.
That's why we talk so much about the matchups in the postseason. Just some teams you're going to match up well against, others you do not. So we'll see how Exeter adjusts in the second quarter. Again, second half, excuse me. Again, they were in a good spot. They were on top 15-12 in the second quarter, and then that's when things changed, and Hershey just kind of kept piling on. Hershey finishes the second quarter on a 15-0 run.
We'll see if a second Berks County team can come back after allowing a 15-0 run and win a district championship. The Wyomissing girls did just that in the 4A girls championship game earlier, heard on WEEU.
If you missed it, 26-24, Wyomissing wins it. Congratulations to Aaron Anders and the Wyomissing Spartans on the three-peat girls 4A championship. Wyomissing wins it 26-24. And, of course, Berks Catholic won their game last night over Eastern York 67-44. The Saints were able to cruise through the district championship. Wyomissing was on the ropes. They came back, as Rich said, in the second half and ultimately won it down the stretch. Exeter has a lot of work to do to try to meet them in the winner's circle down by 12 at the break.
We're probably not going to get a chance to go over this. There will be 8 BCIA teams going to the state tournament. In 6A boys, Governor Mifflin and Wilson. 5A boys, Exeter. 4A boys, Berks Catholic. 3A boys, Antietam. Among the girls, Wilson in 6A, Conrad Weiser in 5A, and Wyomissing in 4A. In addition, High Point, located in Geigertown in Berks County, won the Single A Boys Championship earlier today here with a hard-fought victory over Shalom.
Yeah, and they had a great turnout for that game as well.
Did.
So congratulations to them. And of all of that, not that we look at the side with anybody, but a special congratulations to Governor Mifflin because this is their first trip into the PIAA playoffs for the boys basketball team. And it's something special about that. So congratulations to the Mustangs for their first opportunity to get into the PIAA playoffs. And they'll be rewarded because they'll play at home next Saturday.
Against Mount Lebanon out of District 7. We will have games Friday and Saturday.
That's correct.
Just
to be determined.
To be determined, and check with WEEU, 8:30 a.m.
Yeah,
for that announcement.
Right. The PIAA will come out officially with the brackets and the seedings on Sunday. So once all the seedings and the locations and everything is sorted out, we know everything's official, we'll figure it out. But we will have a game for you on Friday. We'll have a game for you as well on Saturday. Radio coverage only in the PIAA playoffs as we continue with our coverage here at WEU. We'll do the same when we come back to Hershey with the Trojans on top of the Exeter Eagles by a score of 27-15. More high school basketball on WEU coming up after this.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
Shopping at Redner's has never been easier or more convenient with Redner's Ready, the order online and pickup service for Redner's Markets. Visit rednersmarkets.com and click on the Redner's Ready icon. Then choose your items, pay online, and pick up your order in any of the designated Redner's Ready parking spaces, and your groceries will be brought right to your car. It's Redner's Ready, the convenient online order and pickup service available only at rednersmarkets.com.
Welcome back to our Lincoln Plumbing Heating halftime show. Cam Sweeney leading the way for the Hershey Trojans. He's got 13, 4 for Roman Panko, 4 for Jack Zakovich, and 3 each for Drew Ghana and James Campbell. Ghana and Sweeney, the 2 threes made for Hershey in the first half. Jaden Ware leading the way for Exeter. He's got 9 of the Eagles' 15 first half points, 3 for Carter Redding, 2 for Braylon Reinert, and 1 for Mason Goodhart. So if there's a team that could explode offensively, if you got 2 guys in Brady Murray and Aiden Dauble who have not scored yet, and again, you look for, as Rich said in our first game, looking for rose-colored glasses. That's 1 rose-colored glass for Exeter. They are not a team that turns the ball over like they did in quarter number 2 when they turned over 8 times. And they are not a team in which most people can shut down Aiden Dauble and Brady Murray together for a long period of time. So if they can clean up one and fix the other, the Eagles have the firepower offensively to get back in this game.
They've had open looks. Hershey is a really, really good defensive team. Like Bob said, they're only allowing 50 points a game, and they've had open looks. But going inside has been an issue, mostly because of James Campbell IV and Roman Panko. They've really done a great job protecting the rim for Hershey.
I wanted to finish the thought I started talking about with Paul Blackburn, who was a part of those great Carlisle teams. Of course, Billy Owens. He was a senior when Billy Owens was a sophomore, when the Carlisle Thundering Herd won 4 straight state titles. So he grew up in Carlisle. I got a chance to talk to him and interview him a couple of years ago about that run and growing up in Carlisle and what it was like at the time and how much fun it was. And, of course, there were some great teams coached by Jeff Lebo and Jeff Lebo Jr., the coach's son. Dave Lebo, thank you. Jeff was his son who went on to play at North Carolina. And Jeff's been a coach around for a long time. What arguably some people think was the greatest Pennsylvania high school basketball player ever in Billy Owens. Argue amongst yourselves, but 4 state titles is 4 state titles for Carlisle.
I know one thing. I'm not arguing that.
And it's the Hershey Trojans with the basketball, giving it to Campbell at the high post. Rolls it around the rim. No. Tipped around it. There's Sweeney again.
Right around the rim.
Cleaning it up. Cam Sweeney with 15 points, and the run continues.
Nobody boxed him out.
29-15, and Sweeney with 15. Murray drives. Floater. Yes, Brady Murray's on the board.
Nice move by Brady Murray to get his first basket of the night.
29-17, and end the run at 17 in a row for Hershey. Opening minute of the second half. Cam Sweeney, Aiden Miller, Roman Panko, James Campbell, Drew Grana, the 5 on the floor for the Trojans. Panko at 6'5", Campbell at 6'6". To the kick to the foul line for Campbell, pure from the foul line.
Yeah, Campbell's averaging more than 12 points a game. He's only had 2 games all year under 9.
31-17 on Campbell's 15-footer. Murray fakes a man up in the air, dumps it for Dauble. Dauble with the left hand, no, but he's fouled. So Aiden Dauble will try to get in the offensive category as he shoots 2 at the line.
And I think that's on Panko, and that's going to be his 3rd.
He's the one who's arguing the most.
Yeah.
That's usually a guilty sign, as Aiden Dauble will shoot 2.
Yeah, that's official.
67% free throw shooter is Dauble. Now he's on the board as well with a foul shot. And another one to come. With that, Panko will come out. Jack Zakovich will come in. Jack's older sister, Julia, who's a member of the Albright women's basketball team who made it into the Commonwealth Conference playoffs in 2025. Dauble ends up 1 for 2 at the free throw line. It's 31-18. Exeter trails Hershey, and the Trojans have the basketball.
Exeter's not a bad foul shooting team at 68.5%. They've got to maximize every scoring opportunity they get.
Grana pull-up jumper from the foul line, well off. Rebounded by Braylon Reiner. Not maybe the best look that Hershey wanted with a 13-point advantage. And the Eagles trying to take advantage of it. Where? Cutter is Murray. Fake, drive. Murray dishes for Reiner off the glass and 2.
Very nice look by Brady Murray to Braylon Reiner.
31-20. Reiner with 4.
Now back in a man-to-man defense for Exeter. They showed zone earlier this quarter.
Campbell comes way away from the basket. Nobody inside underneath for Hershey. Now Campbell drops back down underneath there. Now he kicks to the corner. Cutters, and then a kick out and around the perimeter for Sweeney on the left wing. Out high for Campbell, guarded by Dauble. Now Miller, they sag off of him. Gives it up instead for Campbell and Zakovich.
I'm wondering if Jeff Van Gorder went to the man because Panko went to the bench with 3 fouls, and they match up better with less size on the floor for Hershey.
Hershey trying to be very patient with this possession, run a lot of time off the clock. Down to 5:40 to go. Kick from left side to right for Zakovich and back it up top for Miller.
They have no reason to hurry.
Yep. A 31-20 advantage for the Hershey Trojans and running some time off this third quarter clock. Chasing the Eagles around defensively in the process. Just pass and screen away. From right side to left and back the other way. Up high, Sweeney catch and shoot three. No. Tipped around and controlled by Brady Murray. Exeter has it back. Redding pushes it up the floor, stops, kicks it back for Dauble. Dauble drives up off the rim. No. Rebounded by Zakovich.
Just can't get it to fall. Aiden Dauble.
Yep. And he comes back now on the defensive side. A little bit frustrated. Inside of 5 minutes to go in the third. Zakovich for Campbell. Fakes the three. Trying to get by Reiner. A little Euro step move into collision and a foul.
And a two-shot foul. Wow. Wow.
Foul's going to be on Braylon Reiner. That's going to be his second.
Team first.
As Rich said, Campbell will shoot two for Hershey. Second trip to the free throw line for the 6'6 senior. Makes the first.
If
2 for 3 from the line.
Okay, Campbell was driving to the basket. He was not in the act of shooting.
Campbell's second is also good. He gets a friendly bounce. 4 1/4, 7 in the game for James Campbell. It's 33-20. Hershey on top. Still 4:40 left to go in the third. Murray, tough catch in front of the Exeter bench. Screen and roll for Dauble. Murray gives it up for Dauble. Catch and shoot three. No. And ball is rebounded by Zakovich. Dauble may be pressing a little bit right now to try to get his team back in this game.
Hershey
comes up empty. Sweeney drives, kicks it back for Miller, and around for Zakovich at the top.
Hershey has done a tremendous job limiting second chances for Exeter, too. Terrific rebounding team.
Campbell with the drive with the left hand and the finish. James Campbell with a tough take and finished with his left hand. 35-20, Hershey on top halfway through the third. Ware drives, lost the handle on it, gives it back for Murray. Pull-up jumper for two. Yes, Brady Murray.
Timeout, Exeter.
35-22 is our score as Jeff Van Gorder and the Exeter Eagles will take a timeout. We will take one with them. 3:52 to go in the third. It is 35-22. Exeter trails Hershey when we come back after this.
Judd Firestone Plumbing is your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, our team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams, we handle it all with professionalism and care. Call today at 610-678-9080. Judd Firestone Plumbing, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind.
High school basketball at 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading. And again, as 35-22 is our score. Hershey on top of Exeter. You're listening to 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading, the voice of Berks and beyond. Exeter Eagles led this game throughout most of the late first and early second quarter. But again, it was that long run by Hershey. They finished on a 15-0 run in the second quarter and then scored the first two of the third quarter, to finish off a 17-0 run. They lead at 35-22. Following the timeout, Exeter now going to pick up what looks like a 1-2-1-1.
Half-court trap. Yep.
No problem for Hershey as Wayans checks in. Ball deflected around, ends up in the hands of Zakovich for two.
That's when you know it's not your night. Terrific defense by Exeter. Deflected the pass, went right into the hands of Zakovich, scores.
A 15-point lead. Murray to try to change that for three. No. Rebounded by Campbell. Hershey has it right back. Sweeney up ahead for Wayans to the baseline for Zakovich. Dumps it off for Sweeney on a cut to the basket for two more.
Yeah, Sweeney's always alert, always moving without the ball. Always around the rim.
Here's a baseline move for Carter Redding. Kicks it out for Ware. Fakes the three. Drives for two. Can't get it to go down as it bounces around the rim. Reiner with an offensive rebound. Put back. No, but he's fouled. Braylon Reiner doing some work on the offensive glass and gets fouled for Exeter. Fouls on Grant later. That is his first. Hershey's second. And it is a shooting foul for Reiner. And misses the first of 2 free throws. .301 still to play in this third quarter. And Reinert misses them both. Rebounded by Dauble on the putback for Aiden Dauble, his first field goal.
Yeah. Exeter 2 for 8 from the foul line.
And here's that 1-2-1-1 again for Exeter. Sweeney across half court for Zakovich. They've had a chance to trap him. He gets away from it, gives it up for Sweeney. Swinging around for Wayans. Corner 3 is way short. Tipped around, rebounded by Zakovich. Kick out and a travel by Grant Later. Lots of head scratching for Hershey as they commit their first turnover the second half. Dylan Donati now will come in for Exeter, and Reinert will come out. Hoping that maybe Dylan Donati can heat up like he did in the semifinal win over York Suburban when he had a 15-point game. Redding off the screen up high, and a foul and a reach.
Not a smart foul by James Campbell, 30 feet away from the basket.
That'll be his second, Hershey's third. It's Dauble, Murray, Donati, Ware, and Redding, the 5 on the floor right now for the Eagles. Inbounds comes out high for Redding.
Exeter's got to have small goals here. They got to try to get it to 9 or 10 going into the fourth quarter.
Dauble trying to back down Grant Later, kicks it out for Donati and a 3. Great closeout by Zakovich. May have gotten a piece of that, and Hershey has the rebound. Up ahead, Sweeney for Later. Going to go right to the rim and score 2.
They did not get back on defense after the miss.
So Later helped out on the defensive end, and Sweeney rewards him on the other end. It's a 17-point advantage.
Great pass by Redding to Dauble.
And Dauble finishes for 2. 5 in the quarter now for Aiden Dauble. Makes it 41-26.
They got to get stops. They've got to get stops.
1:50 to go. Sweeney for Later for Zakovich, and 2 more. Precision by the Hershey Trojans.
Really great ball movement. Had no trouble breaking the 1-2-2 trap.
43-26. 8 now for Jack Zakovich. 1:30 to go in the third. Redding with the drive. Off balance finish, and he's fouled. Carter Redding will be at the free throw line to shoot 2 for Exeter. Hey, Exeter, you moving this year? Call the tenacious real estate Grandma Ingrid at Iron Horse Realty, 610-334-7305 to plan a winning strategy to get moving. That's Ingrid at Iron Horse, 610-334-7305. Go Eagles for the win. Carter Redding trying to help out in that cause at the free throw line. Misses the first of 2 and makes the second. First points since an early 3-pointer in the game for Carter Redding. Makes it 43-27.
Exeter just 3 for 10 from the line.
Later to Campbell, stolen away by Aiden Dauble. Hershey turns it over on the interception by Aiden Dauble. He brings it back across half court. Gone from one end to the other and off the glass in 2.
Nice steal and assist for Aiden Dauble to Brady Murray.
Brady Murray's got 6 in the quarter. The Eagles down 43-29. Zakovich for Later, dumps it off for Campbell. Spin move, left-hander, no. Wayans with the rebound, and he's fouled. Another offensive rebound for Hershey.
Yep.
And Jaden Waynes will shoot 2 at the free throw line for the Trojans.
They are dominating the glass at both ends of the floor.
So, free throw shooter again is senior Jaden Waynes, who is 5 for 11 at the stripe on the year. And his first is hard off the back iron. Drew Grana will come in now for Hershey. And
you mentioned it when Hershey broke the 1-2-2 trap with precision. This is a very well-coached team.
Yeah,
extremely well-coached team.
There's so much of Paul Blackburn that reminds me of Matt Coldren at Wilson. Just the way he goes about it and the way his teams go about it. And he is a really good X's and O's kind of coach as Waynes goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line. 9 in favor of Hershey with the final 40 seconds left to go here in the third. Hershey, by the way, looking for their first district title since 1974. They've won twice, 1927 and 74. Redding for 3, no. Tipped and controlled by Campbell. Dauble knocked it away. It ends up back in the hands of Exeter to the corner three for Jaden Ware. Good hustle play by Aiden Dauble, kept it alive, and Jaden Ware makes the three. 44-32. Final 10 seconds of the third. Campbell back the other way. Euro step, and he's fouled. There's a pretty heavy collision between Dauble and Campbell. And some fans not real happy with the aftermath of it, but it worked out well for Exeter. It led to a three for Jaden Ware.
It's on Brady Murray, and that's his second.
So it'll be 2 shots coming up now for James Campbell, who's got 6 in the quarter, 9 in the game. Senior is at a 12.3 per game score, and he's well short on the first.
It's amazing. They've played 24 games and now 25. He's only been under 9 twice. He's been that consistent. He's only averaging 12.3 a game.
And 1 out of 2 here makes it 45-32.
Interesting bringing Panko back in with 3 fouls to play defense.
Zakovich will come out. 5.4 left to go for the Eagles here in the quarter, down by 13. Donati will let it roll out towards half court. Pick it up, take it down, looking for the kick out for Murray. Catch and shoot 3 is well short, and that will end the third. Final 8 coming up from Hershey after 3. It's the Trojans 45, the Exeter Eagles 32. We'll take a break. Back with those final 8 on WEEU in Reading.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away. Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
Welcome back to Hershey, where the Hershey Trojans lead the Exeter Eagles 45-32 alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. Just about to say, before we went to break, Brady Murray with that 3, maybe to tie it up and make it a 10-point game, but they come up short. And Exeter will bring Michael Fisher on the floor here to start the fourth quarter, along with Redding, Dauble, Murray, and Ware for the Eagles. Redding tied up by Miller, taken away. Exeter turns it over for the first time in the second half.
Not a good
Sweeney
turnover.
up ahead for Miller, nowhere to go, gets it back for Campbell. Campbell up hard, no. Rebounded by Sweeney, and again with a putback, Cam Sweeney.
Offensive rebounds have been the story of the night for Hershey.
19 for Sweeney. That's right at his average. Here's Jaden Ware with a drive. Off balance, throws it up, gets the bucket and a foul.
Little NBA continuation there, but Exeter will take it.
Jaden Ware having himself a ball game.
Sure
He's got
has.
14 as he steps to the free throw line.
Campbell's third, Bob, team first.
Braylon Reinhardt back in. Carter Redding out now for the Eagles.
Yeah, I don't think Jeff Van Gorder liked that turnover by Carter Redding to begin the quarter. Exeter with a chance to cut it to 10 or 11.
Exeter turned it over 8 times in the second quarter, clean in the third, as Jaden Ware makes the shot that makes it a three-point play. 15 for Ware, 47-35 as a result of that three-point play.
Bob, Ware's been struggling offensively. He's been under 10 in 6 of the last 7 games.
Hershey, no problem to beat the pressure for Exeter, and now they'll run their offense. How much will they run their offense? Aiden Miller sees a little opening, drives and then gives it up. For Campbell, along with Panko, Sweeney, and Grana, the 5 on the floor. Here's Miller dumping it off inside for Panko. No, Dauble ripped it down, but Sweeney took it away from him, and then Braylon Reinhardt ultimately pulls down the rebound back the other way for Exeter. Dauble across half court. Goes right at Campbell. Kicks it to the corner. Ware for 3. Well off the mark. Rebounded by Campbell. Losing his balance. Throws it back. Almost stolen away. Miller pulls it away, and then he gets fouled.
It's going to be on Fisher, I believe.
So a little bit of out of control on both ends, but a great save by James Campbell as he was falling out of bounds.
Campbell with 7 rebounds, Sweeney with 6, Panko with 5. And Zakovic with 6.
Campbell with it out around the perimeter. Looks for a cutter, and Panko gives it up for Aiden Miller instead. Miller, backdoor feed, nobody there. Turnover Trojans.
I don't think Sweeney's come out of the game, has he?
He is not.
And I wouldn't take him out either if I were Paul Blackburn.
He just seems to be at the right place at the right time in almost every aspect of the game.
Talented and smart.
He's also the starting quarterback for the football team, and I'm not sure which he considers to be his better sport. He's pretty good at both. As Ware tries to drive past Campbell, Campbell knocked it away, and it was off the foot of Ware, out of bounds against Exeter.
No argument from Ware. They were good in the third. Exeter was good in the third quarter with the ball. No turnovers. They have 3 already here in less than 2 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Jack Zakovich back in the game now for Albright, for Hershey. As I said earlier, his sister plays for Albright. Zakovich back in. He's given them a spark as
Sure
well
has.
off the bench, as Grana will come out.
Murray's got 3 fouls. Team second.
Trying to poke the ball, lick it back, swinging around. Murray, catch and shoot, tough shot. 3, in and out, and down. Ware, put back, yes, and a foul.
Boy, Ware has played so well tonight for Exeter.
Looked like there was nothing but Hershey Trojans around the rebound of the missed shot by Murray, and somehow Ware came up with it, got the putback, and got fouled. Grant Later back in as Aiden Miller now will come out for Hershey.
Ware came into the game averaging just 8.6. He's already at 17.
2 shy of his career high. He had against Daniel Boone with a free throw to come here, and they missed that too. Panko gets the rebound. It's 49-37. Hershey on top, 5:37 left to go. Beat the pressure for Sweeney, and around for Later, and 3, yes.
Great ball movement by the Trojans. The ball never hit the floor.
Grant Later with his 6th 3 of the season. Murray with 1 on the other end, comes up short. Here comes Sweeney in the open floor. Stutter step to the hole, and an easy 2 for Cam Sweeney. And a foul. Cam Sweeney just trying to put this thing out of reach right now for the Trojans as he comes up with a bucket and a foul.
Murray's 4th foul, 13, but Sweeney is some kind of player. He's got 21, just a tick above his season average of 19.8.
With a free throw coming his way. This is the 15th time this season he has been over 20. And he's at the foul line looking for one more as Jaden Ware is going to take a breather. Carter Redding back in for Exeter, and Sweeney makes the free throw. 55-37, largest lead of the game now for the Trojans at 18 points with 5:08 to go. Donati drives, tries to finish with left hand, can't, and Sweeney comes up with a rebound, back the other side. Campbell in the open floor to the hole, and a foul. Campbell gets the bucket and gets fouled as well.
I think that's the 5th on Murray. Yep.
Brady Murray is headed to the bench. He knows that is number 5. It just has not been a night for the Exeter Eagles, and it's mostly because Hershey is a solid basketball team. Jaden Ware is going to come back in now for Murray. Murray will foul out with 6 points, all of them in the third quarter.
Bob, I remember you and I talking to Jeff Van Gorder the night of the Berks quarterfinals before the district power ratings were final. It was 2 nights before. And there was some question about where they were going to be, 8, 9, or 10. And he said, I just don't want to play Hershey. And now we know why. They just don't match up well at all with the Trojans.
Redding kick out for Donati, no good, but Grant Later ran into him, so Dylan Donati will end up shooting 3 at the free throw line. Donati looking for his first points, and to that point by Jeff Van Gorder, because Hershey was the 2 seed.
Yep.
So it was almost, he wanted to be in the 8-9 spot. He didn't want to go to the 7 spot, knowing full well he's going to have Hershey in his sights.
And he was right, because they were able to go through the bracket, and they got help from Spring Grove, the 16th seed, who knocked off the top seed, Manheim Central. And Exeter has fought its way through here, done an impressive job of it, getting to its 2nd district final in 3 years.
Donati makes the first, he makes the second, and he still has another one to come. as Dylan Donati gets his first points of the night. And he makes all three. 57-40 is our score. And with that, Exeter will call a timeout. 4:46 left to play in the ballgame. 57-40 is our score. Hershey on top will take a timeout with the Eagles. Back with more after this.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
57-40 is our score. Hershey on top of Exeter with 4:46 left to go in the ballgame. Again, both these two teams are moving on into the PIAA playoffs. They'll both get home games on Friday. The 5A playoffs will start on Friday. Grant Later, the inbounder, looking all the way down the floor for Jack Zakovich, who catches it, gives it up for Cam Sweeney, who scores two more.
Pretty easy for the Trojans. Break that press.
And when Sweeney has the ball going downhill, he is virtually unstoppable so far in this game. Dauble kicks it back for Redding. Fakes the three. Drives inside for two. Spins. Stripped by Sweeney. Taken away by Hershey. Another turnover for Exeter on the defense by Cam Sweeney. Stutter step move. He'll drive again. Left hand. This time he does not finish. Braylon Reinert pulls down the rebound for the Eagles. Dylan Donati going to push it from one end to the other. Up with the ball off the rim. No. And Campbell pulls down the rebound for Hershey. So Donati went from one end to the other, but just couldn't get the bounce. And Hershey has it back across half court inside of 4 minutes to go. Later, great find. Zakovich for two. Zakovich now with 8. And the lead is 21. 61-40. Dauble for a long three. Still can't find the distant range. Ball is loose on the floor. Later comes away with it. Up ahead for Sweeney, who will slam it down.
And not good body language by the Eagles either. They just seem beaten right now. And
there's a move to the hole by Aiden Dauble. He meets James Campbell at the rim, who fouls him. So Aiden Dauble will shoot two now for Exeter. Cam Sweeney with now 9 in the quarter, 26 in the game. His season high, 36 against Mechanicsburg in a non-leaguer.
Yeah, he had 34 also against Milton Hershey. Just a wonderful player.
Let me correct myself. That's not a non-leaguer. Mid-Penn Keystone. Hershey actually is in the same conference with Mechanicsburg, who was the number 2 seed in Class 6A. Mechanicsburg won the Keystone at 13-1. Hershey was second at 11-3. As Dauble makes both free throws. 7 points for Aiden Dauble, but it's 63-42 in favor of Hershey. Grana out, and James Wayne's back in.
Go.
Outlet for Waynes. He slips behind the defense. Redding recovers. Wayne right to the rim. No good. Rebounded by who else? Sweeney. Put back. Two more. 28 for Cam Sweeney. 65-42. Hershey on top. 3:15 to go. Dauble pull up for three. No. Rebounded by Reinert. Reinert right back up. No. Dauble tipped it. Dauble fighting for it, and a foul is called. We'll see who the whistle's going to be against. Aiden Dauble hustling
really
to the end.
Fighting. He is really hustling till the end.
Foul is going to be called against Hershey. It's going to be on Zakovich. Team's fifth, so that's going to put Exeter and Aiden Dauble at the free throw line. It's a little moisture on the floor, so they're doing a little mopping work.
Little maintenance.
Yep. Before Aiden Dauble shoots his two. And to remind you, hey, Exeter, if you're moving this year, you can call the tenacious real estate grandma Ingrid at Iron Horse Realty, 610-334-7305. The plan is winning strategy to get moving. That's Ingrid, Iron Horse Realty, 610-334-7305. Couple of substitutions for Hershey. Coming into the game for the first time is senior Ben Felix. And also into the game for the Trojans is senior L.J. Douglas, as Campbell and Zakovich will come out.
I don't know if Campbell has college plans, but he could, at 6'6", and some pretty fluid moves, he can help out a lot of Division III programs.
Dauble at the free throw line makes the first, misses the second. 8 for Dauble, and Hershey has the rebound. 65-43. Up ahead for Douglas, trying to work his way through a double team. Flips it around for Felix, catch and shoot three. That's no good. And it's rebounded by Waynes, trying to kick it back for Sweeney. He picks it up and settles things back down.
Another second chance for Hershey.
He drives inside, lost the handle on it. Picked up again by the Trojans inside by Felix. And now Sweeney trying to bring some order to the flow. Later has it poked away inside and a kick out again. Tee it up for Grant Later for three. That's off the back iron. And another offensive rebound for L.J. Douglas. Ware ties him up, takes it away.
I was going to say, for Paul Blackburn, I think it's coming near that time. I got to take Cam Sweeney out.
Here's a bump and a foul that's going to put Carter Redding at the free throw line. He does have a sub at the scorer's table, and Jeff Van Gorder is going to clear his bench. With Carter Redding heading to the free throw line, the starters and players on the floor for Exeter, with the exception of Carter Redding, are going to come out.
Not after the first free throw.
Yep. So, again, Exeter will be at home next Friday.
Against Latrobe.
They will play Arnold Palmer's old high school.
That is true. They're the 6th seed out of District 7. I've been to Latrobe. Haven't played golf there, unfortunately.
Carter Redding makes the first free throw. Into the game for Exeter. We'll get you the substitutions. Patrick Payne is into the game. Giuliani Orbi Ocho is into the game. Michael Fisher was in earlier as was Mason Goodhart in earlier, also in. Now Carter Redding will come out. And into the game comes Jaden Madrikowski for the Eagles, as Carter Redding made them both, and ends up being a 65-45 difference on the scoreboard. Sweeney's still out there with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I mean, I would do everything I can to protect him.
Another offensive rebound for Hershey and a putback by Jaden Waynes. His first field goal, 67-45. Hershey on top. 1:50 left to play. Payne inside for Goodhart, trying to drive, and he gets bumped and fouled by Mehmet Amasali. And over the limit, it'll put Mason Goodhart at the stripe. He was 1 for 2 at the free throw line in the first half. Misses the first one here.
Kind of the story
that
of
will
the
be
night.
the curtain call for Cam Sweeney, as James Argento will check into the game, and also into the game for the Trojans comes Alex Guzman. Cam Sweeney comes out with a 28-point effort, as Goodhart misses them both, and Hershey has the basketball. A minute and a half to go. Berks County will end up going 2 out of 3 in district championship games here this weekend, or run on WEEU. Our coverage will continue on the radio in our PIAA playoffs. Again, we'll have a game for you Friday and Saturday next week in the first round of the state playoffs. Once the brackets come out, the official sightings are located. Here's a turnover for Hershey, picked up by Goodhart, but now a timeout called. Jeff Van Gorder just wanted to get a substitute on the floor. He wanted to get Bryce Cuesta on the floor, so he doesn't really want the timeout. He just wanted to get a sub in. So Goodhart will come out, and Cuesta will come in with 1:08 left to play in the game. So I guess the good news for Exeter is they got 7 days to put this in the rearview mirror before they have to play again. And understand they just lost to a really good basketball team.
This is a team that has a chance to go pretty deep into the PIAA 5A tournament, I'll tell you.
You got to like a couple of things. You got the size inside of Campbell and Panko. You got Cam Sweeney, who you take the war with any day of the week. But you got guys who just seem to understand their roles and a really good head coach.
They play very well together, and they're deep. It's the other thing. They go 8 deep.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, they got great contributions from Zakovich off the bench tonight. Here's Payne driving inside, blocked and fouled. With 43.8 seconds left to go, Patrick Payne will get up and shoot a couple free throws for the Exeter Eagles. So again, Exeter will play on Friday, as will Berks Catholic play on Friday. Berks Catholic boys on the 4A and 5A brackets are the same days. My missing girls will play Saturday. The Wilson boys, the Governor Mifflin boys will play on Saturday. 6A boys, 4A girls on the same days.
So BCIA, again, has 8 teams in the state tournament. High Point also representing Berks County in the single A boys field.
And Tatum also qualifying in boys AAA as they finished in 3rd place. Here's a drive and a finish for 2 for Alex Guzma. With 30 seconds left to go, makes it 69-47. The Hershey Trojans, for the first time since 1974, are going to win themselves a District 3 championship. Quite a celebration in this town. They don't have far to go back home, but well-earned and well-deserved trophy coming the way of Hershey. Madrikowski will shoot a 3 with the final 10 seconds. Orbe Ocho with a putback for Exeter for the final 2 for the Eagles. And that will do it as the Hershey Trojans are your champions in District 3 in boys Class 5A. The final score, Hershey 69, Exeter 47. We'll take a timeout, back with our Pizza Como Temple postgame show after this on WEEU in Raddick.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Doors. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Welcome to the Pizza Como postgame show. Pizza Como is a family-owned business going strong on the 5th Street Highway for over 50 years. I wonder if they delivered to Hershey. Serving the finest Italian dishes, Berks County's best varieties of Italian sandwiches, and legendary pizza. Right next door is The Yard, a virtual golf experience to keep your game sharp all year round. And if you love sports cars and memorabilia, stop in to buy, sell, or trade. Pizza Como and The Yard, 4600 5th Street Highway in Temple. The Hershey Trojans just a little bit too good, too big, too quick. Do a little bit of everything for the Exeter Eagles tonight. No fault of Exeter. Great run to the district championship. Just ran into a team Jeff Van Gorder didn't want to run into, but eventually the best are waiting for you at the end, and Hershey is the best team in District 3 Class 5A.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I mentioned it during the game, how much, when Jeff was talking about potential matchups in the first round of districts. Look, I don't mind playing anybody. I don't want to play Hershey in the first round. Well, he got his wish, and he didn't have to play them till tonight. But Hershey's a terrific team. Let's tip our cap to Exeter. They started the year 4-7, and this probably wasn't even on their radar, being in the district final. Came back. They've won before tonight 11 of their last 15 games to get here. Pretty impressive. Exeter reaching a district final for the second time in 3 years. And the good news is they got most of this cast back next year. Not that they're done. Not that their season's done.
But you're right.
But next year they're going to be really good again.
They lose two starters in Murray and Redding, obviously. But, yeah, you're not wrong in what you're saying. And that is, this experience will make them stronger. We hope it'll make them stronger next week when they begin state playoff time. We're going to take a timeout. We come back with our Pizza Como show. It's our Reading Fighting Phils player of the game, our American Diner play of the game, and a wrap-up of a great week of district playoffs here on WEEU when we come back after this.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Sure Stay Plus by Best Western offers a welcoming, comfortable stay for the business or leisure traveler, providing clean and cozy rooms at a reasonable price. Conveniently located at the intersection of Route 12 and North 5th Street in Reading, Sure Stay Plus provides a fresh, hot breakfast buffet, all-day coffee.
Play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
Tonight's player of the game brought to you by the Reading Fighting Phils and their all-new Redders Event Center at First Energy Stadium. The Art Phils remind you to have your next sports team banquet in the Art Phils all-new Redders Event Center banquet and meeting facility at First Energy Stadium. Whether it's a sports banquet, a wedding, a corporate meeting or event, or any charity fundraiser or dinner, the number one place for events in Berks County for groups of 40 to 1,000 is the all-new Redders Event Center at the Art Phils. Go to artphils.com/events for more information. If you don't know who the player of the game is, you just weren't watching. It was Cam Sweeney by a landslide. 28 points for Sweeney, and he did everything. Offense, defense, rebounds, bunch of offensive putbacks. And Rich Garcelle and I just had an interesting conversation off the air. Let's share it. We saw some Division I players in the last couple of days. Wayne Fletcher, who's committed to Navy at Central Dauphin. Central Dauphin is going to play Central York in the 6-8 game coming up after this is over with. Wayne Fletcher from Navy, a Division I commit. Kingston McCoy, who was brilliant last night for Berks Catholic with 29 points. And Cam Sweeney. Again, I don't know what Cam Sweeney's next sport is because he's a quarterback on the football team, and I know he's a good one. I don't know whether football is his thing or basketball is his thing, but he's a pretty good basketball player. We know that right now. We saw three pretty good ones, and we were kind of picking which one we like the best.
Well, we might as well say it now. You teed us up. We like them all. Let's make that very, very clear. I'll go Kingston McCoy 1 and just a slight edge over Cam Sweeney. I think Kingston McCoy's defense puts him on top.
Correct.
And Fletcher third.
Yeah.
I just think Kingston McCoy, I was talking to my friend Mike Gross from LNP, Lancaster Newspapers, who hadn't seen him play before. And I asked him right after the game, he goes, he didn't do anything wrong. And it's true. Yeah. We've seen him all year.
Correct.
We know what kind of player is. I go Kingston 1, Cam Sweeney 2, Wayne Fletcher 3.
The good news or the bad news, your perspective, Fletcher's a senior. McCoy and Sweeney are juniors. so there's that.
The 5A and 4A teams in District 3 do not want to hear that.
Tonight's play of the game brought to you by the American Diner in West Reading. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or a late-night snack, you'll find a variety of menu items and homemade desserts. American Diner serves breakfast all day. Dinner entrees include dinner rolls and butter, soup and salad bar, and a choice of potato or vegetable. There's a full senior citizen menu that includes a free dessert. Military veterans receive a 10% discount. Open daily from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and serving the community for generations since 1994. This was a very tight basketball game. through the first quarter. Exeter actually led it after one by a score of 10-7. But ultimately, Hershey was able to tie it up, and it came on a three from Drew Ghana. He had his 31st three of the season. That tied the game up. That was the first tie at 15 apiece, and that was only the precursor of things to come, because that started what ultimately turned into a 17-point Hershey run that lasted throughout the second quarter and into the third. And by the time that 17-point run was over, the Trojans led it 29-15, and they never looked back. The Hershey Trojans are the district champions again, third time in program history, and for the first time since 1974, Hershey is the district champion. They are 22-3. They will play Penn Trafford, the number 8 seed, coming out of District 7 at Hershey High School on Friday night. Exeter, now 15-12 in the season, heads to the PIAA playoffs. Again, they will host Latrobe in Rifton next Friday night. That is going to do it for our coverage. Again, thank you for listening to and watching our coverage on our 830 WEEU Sports YouTube channel. If you missed any of our coverage, it's there. It stays there. You can watch it at any time. We hope you certainly will check it out at some point in time. And we also thank our sponsors who make it all possible for us to bring you that coverage. Our work is not done. We will head to the PIAA playoffs just like the basketball teams will. Our coverage will continue on the radio on Friday and Saturday once we know for sure the sites and the times and what games we're going to do. We'll have a game for you both on Friday and Saturday. But that will do it for the district championships. Again, congratulations to Berks Catholic and to Wyomissing in their wins, and a great run by the Exeter Eagles. They come up empty tonight by a final score of 69-47. Thanks again to John and Christine Treese, the Treese Media Group, for realizing the dream of bringing us video coverage of all of our high school sports, and it has continued right up through the district playoffs. Thanks to our technical director, Sean Tansky, for doing a great job throughout this entire basketball season. Thanks to Matt Knob and Jeff Nolan back at the WE Studios for keeping all the buttons going and keeping us on the air. Thanks to Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. Thank you very, very much for listening and watching our coverage. We'll continue with more high school basketball. Enjoy your weekend off. We'll talk to you next week with more high school basketball here on 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading.
You've been listening to High School Basketball on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond. High School Basketball on WEEU is brought to you by
Adelphia Seafood, American Diner, Bachman's Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling, Chick-fil-A,